When looking at a surge protection device, there are several additional features you can choose from as options. These optional features always raise the price of the surge protection device and can cause potential issues or problems later. Did you know that surge protection device options can almost double the price of the surge suppressor? That's why today on the Power Grid, we're going to discuss some of these optional features and the actual benefit they provide. Hello and welcome back to the Power Grid, a podcast to help you build reliability in your electrical system and gives you confidence in your power. I'm Brian Brannigan with Power Protection Products. We have been solving power quality problems for almost 30 years. We're your trusted advisor for critical power, cooling, and energy solutions. There are several common additional features you can add to a surge protection device. Some of these options make sense and some of them don't. For example, do you really need a fuse disconnect option if the surge protection device is being fed from a breaker? Knowing how the device is installed can save you money on the options. Some surge protection device options might make sense on the service entrance location, but can be problematic downstream in the electrical system. For example, do you really want to hear an audible alarm from a failed surge protector in the wiring closet of an office environment? Probably not. When selecting the correct surge protection device, there are a variety of options to choose from. Today, we're going to talk about a few of the common optional features that you might select. Audible alarms, surge counters, and fuse disconnects are integrated circuit breakers, or even temporary MOVs. They're all ways of protecting the circuitry of the surge suppressor. These options can take a basic 120, 208 volt, three-phase surge protector from a base cost of about $1,200 to $2,500 by adding these features. Let's discuss if they are really needed and why. We'll start with the audible alarms. They're designed to send out a beep or some sort of alarm to let you know about a change in the status of the surge protector. These alarms are easily reset by holding down the reset button, but this could be used to indicate a failure in the protection circuit, or maybe even a temporary phase loss in some cases, or a weakened protection status. Some have status indicators of green, yellow, or red lights to show you what the status of the surge suppression protection device is. Most all surge protectors have an indicator light to let you know that they are working, so you really don't need an alarm system. Alarms from a closet in an office space can be very annoying, and most of these surge alarms are not really related to the health of the surge protector. After all, they easily last for 5 to 10 years. It might make sense to put the alarm option on a service entrance location inside an electrical room, but in most cases, not downstream from there. The alarm can add $400 to $500 to the cost of the device. Let's talk a little bit about surge counters. A surge counter option has been available for a long time without any real definition of when to count a surge or what qualifies as a surge. Some of these surge counters are even battery operated. We really never know what the surge count was on Friday night when we leave the office, so we typically don't know when the surge happened. Typically, there's no date or time stamping with a surge counter. It's just a number that continues to go up. Small surges can happen all the time in some environments, and this can run up your surge count in a hurry. For example, we have a power quality lab in Kansas City, and I checked the counter on our surge protector in the power quality lab today, and it was 37 million surges counted on that one surge suppressor on a 120 208 volt panel. It wasn't because of all the testing and presentations that have gone on in the power quality lab. It's because every time we dimmed the lights in the classroom, the surge counter took that as a series of power surges and it continued to click off surge counts while the lights were dim. Certain surge protectors have extra sensitive sine wave tracking features in them, and they'll count more surges. Surge counters downstream of the main service entrance are practically useless, but they continue to be specified by some engineers, and this adds to the total project cost. The last subject we want to talk about is the external fuse disconnect or circuit breaker built into the surge suppressor, or even the thermally fused metal oxide varistors in the surge suppressors themselves. The third option that we're going to talk about when it comes to surge protection is external fuse disconnects or circuit breakers. This can typically add to the lead length or even the impedance of the device. And it depends on the installation, but if you're already fed from a breaker, why would you want to put a fuse disconnect or a circuit breaker into your surge suppressor as well? This would be a waste of money, and you would get less performance out of the surge protection device. There is this technology that can be used to build surge suppressors called a TPMOV, or a thermally protected metal oxide varistor. This would allow you to hook the surge suppressor directly up to the bus bars of the electrical system. This is comprised of a voltage clamping device and a disconnecting apparatus that monitors the status of the metal oxide varistor, or MOV, making the TPMOV surge protection component a fail-safe device. For the smaller downstream panels, a basic unit would be less cumbersome and less expensive. One other option for surge protection device that I think would be well worth the money is what we call the PTX options. And the PTX options have a lot of benefits to it. Typically, they use a TPMOV, or thermally protected metal oxide varistor. They could be direct bus connected or even side mount connected. They provide alarms and indication and connects to a network on your desktop. It will categorize the surge events on each phase as either low, medium, or high according to ANSI IEEE standards. It also features logs and surge events from your system, and it records and saves this in an event log with time and date stamping, viewable on the local display, but also viewable on a web page, as well as a downloadable file into a spreadsheet. The PX option will also give you a percentage of protection that's calculated based on the number of the MOV components remaining online and protecting the system. Thank you for joining us today on the Power Grid. Surge protection options can almost double the cost of a surge protection device. Be careful about which options you choose and where these devices are placed. It can make a big difference in the actual implementation and maintenance of the surge protection system. P3 is here to help you select the correct surge protection device options for the application and save you money on some of these additional surge protection features. Learn more by checking out the podcast notes or go to p3-inc.com.